All right, what is up, YouTube? It is Mr. D, finally back with Comic Book Haul number 20. I'm not even going to do a lot of talking in this video because we have a lot of books to get through. So just as a heads up, this is probably going to be a really long video, but this is long overdue, so I really hope you guys enjoy it. And let's just get right into this. I went to C2E2 today. I missed out on seeing a bunch of you fellow YouTubers that I knew went over the weekend. But unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to run into anyone, but I still had an amazing time because I went with my buddy at work. And I'm just going to show off what I got down at C2E2 first. From Babs Tar, I picked up this Gotham City Sirens print. And got it autographed, of course, by Babs Tar. So really happy to pick this up from her. And then from Frank Cho, I picked up this Harley Quinn print. And of course, that's autographed. And then I went to Saban Rich and I had her autograph that right down there because she did the colors on this. So picked up these two prints from C2E2 today. And then, of course, you know I'm a huge Jenny Frison fan, and she was down there, so you know I had to stop by her booth, and she was selling this exclusive to C2E2 Wonder Woman print, which is going to become, I think it's Wonder Woman, I want to say it's like issue 73 or something. So this will eventually be a cover, but this print was exclusive to C2E2. Of course, it is signed right down there. And it is also, this particular print was limited to 40 copies. So this is number 32 out of 40. This thing is huge. I can't wait to get this framed. So really happy to pick this up from Jenny Frison. Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely gorgeous. So really excited to go and get this bad boy framed. All right, then let's go through the rest of the books I got signed at C2E2. I got Nightwing 57, which was a Jeff DeCall variant. I had him autograph it right there. He was busy doing a commission, so he wasn't too social at all. So, yeah, whatever. Batgirl 35. I picked this up and got this signed by Babs Tar. She said that this was her first work for DC, her first variant cover for DC, so that was kind of cool. From Aunt Lucia, I picked up this Bombshells 27. Of course, autographed right there. Been looking for this cover, so really happy to find this. $5, had to snag it. And then I stopped by and I visited Colette Turner. And I'm going to keep this book off to the side because there's some adult stuff, yeah. But I had her autograph that right there. She's a super cool chick to talk to. I was really happy that I stopped to talk to her. Next year when she comes back to C2E2, I'm really hoping to get a commission done by her. All right, kind of talked to her about that and got that conversation going. So that's going to be pretty awesome if I can make that happen. And then back to Jenny Frison. I only picked out books. It was really tough trying to pick out books that I want Jenny Frison to sign because I just love so much of her work. And so I only picked out books that I had multiples of, so then that way I could have a raw copy and then an autograph copy. So I picked out Wonder Woman 17, and I had her do the SIG, kind of running with the lasso right there. So I thought it was pretty slick. I also had her sign Wonder Woman 23. And again, I also had her run it with the lasso, right above Wonder Woman's head. And then I had to do a Vampirella. And I really wanted to do this in red paint marker, but I didn't bring a red paint marker for her to do it. So she did it in silver. So this is Vampirella number 8. So happy to get that signed right there. Stopped at the Zenoscope stand, and I picked up this. This is exclusive to C2E2 this year. This is Grim Tales of Terror number 12. Paul Green, limited to 500 copies. They had this for 10 bucks, so I had to pick that bad boy up. And then I also picked up this Revenge of Wonderland number 6, quarterly exclusive. This is limited to 250 copies. And this is by Saban Rich, and I took this also to her stand to autograph. Part of the reason why I picked that up. Plus, I love Alice in Wonderland, so that's what I took up to C2E2 to get signed. Those were the books and the prints that I picked up. So the other day I stopped up at Half Price Books, and let's see, I picked up the Star Wars Shattered Empire #1, Marco Cicchetto. Picked this up. Stickers are still on there, $2. Marco Cicchetto, cool cover. Black Knight #1. This is a Julian Tedesco cover. I don't think this is really worth much, but Julian Tedesco, Black Knight #1. $2. Then I picked up Dance #1. Just some early art germ. Didn't have this one, so $1.50, Half Price Books. Why not? And then I found this, and this is Captain America 359, which is like the first cameo of Crossbones. So I already have a copy of this, but for $1, I'm not going to let that sit there, so snag that up. So I picked those books up from Half Price Books. And then I went down to my LCS and I dug through some books, and he actually had some of the books from his personal collection that he's actually going to be selling because he's buying a house and he wanted to thin out his inventory. So these are the books I picked up from him that I'm probably going to end up selling on eBay. I picked up Young Avengers #9, early Kate Bishop as Hawkeye. Chilling Tales of Adventure, or Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, #8, Robert Hack variant. This is really hard to come by, and this is actually kind of a pricey book, and since it's Sabrina, I actually was kind of a fan of the Netflix series, so I'll probably actually keep this one for a little bit. This one I'll take and sell. This is Old Lady Harley #5, Geriatric Joker appearance, first appearance, so I'll be flipping. Picked up another copy of this Superman 205. Beautiful Michael Turner. It's on my second copy, so I'll be selling that. All new, all daring Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man 112. It's just the Santa Claus with a gun and a cigarette hanging out of his mouth. So not really anything special there, but I figured I'd pick it up because he basically he charged me $90 for all the books I'm showing you, and then I'm going to show you here in a second. So it ended up being like $2.66 like a book for all these books. Supergirl #13. This is the first time in this costume, apparently. I don't know. I just thought it was kind of a cool cover. Picked up another copy of this. X-Men #4. First appearance of Omega Red. Then I picked up 3 copies of this, and this is Spider-Man #1, the silver version. I don't know. Every time I see this, I end up picking this up. And these are all really nice minty copies. So picked up all these, 3 of them. Like I said, when I ended up paying $2.66 for all these, I wasn't going to put anything back. Superman Batgirl #13, another really great Michael Turner cover. Spoof Comics presents Spider Femi, whatever, early Adam Hughes. Found this, so I snagged that up. Uncanny X-Men 221, first appearance of Mr. Sinister, $2.66. Happy to snag that up, second copy of that book. X Factor #5, first cameo appearance of Apocalypse. So snag that up for $2. Superman 204, just kind of the iconic Jim Lee cover. Everyone knows that. And this is a really beat up copy, but whatever. It's a newsstand. Spawn #1, newsstand, but you can see it's really dinged up on the spine there. But again, I grabbed it and threw it in the pile. I had a copy of Spawn #9, the first appearance of, what was that? What the hell is that character's name? Angela, I think, or whatever it is. I had that in the pile. Somehow I must have Missed that, grabbing that at the end of the day. Keep in mind, these are also still the same books that I paid the group for. So Peter Parker, Spider-Man 101. I just really love this cover. It's just the black and white cover, and this is super crispy clean too. There's nothing going on with this book. I mean, the corners are sharp, no spine ticks whatsoever. I mean, this is just in great shape. So I snagged this up just because I really dig the cover. X Factor 24, first appearance of Archangel, $2.66. Catwoman, is this all from him? Yeah, I still think this is all from the LCS. Catwoman number 9, art germ. That was in my pull box. Supergirl 28, art germ. So this was all still for 90 bucks flat. Wonder Woman 65, art germ. Wonder Woman 66. This is Victor, some sort of crazy Russian or Bosnian or Croatian last name that I can't pronounce, so I'm not even going to try it. But a lot of people don't like this cover. They say they don't dig her face, and really, I don't know. I think her face is kind of jacked up too now that I have the book and I'm looking at it. And then Harley Quinn 59, Derek Chu. A lot of people picked this up. 2 copies. What's funny about this is everyone thinks that this is new Derek Chu artwork, and this actually is not. I've had this as my desktop for my work computer for quite some time. So this was really cool when I saw him come out with this, that he was going to do that as a cover. So I had to pick that up. Let's move these books and get this stack. Books falling over. Shit. That's what happens when you don't do videos often enough. You get too many damn books. And the camera's too high too. So my buddy from work that I went to C2E2 with, he picked me up the foil copy of this Catwoman, number 3, art germ. He got me this. So very cool, very excited to have this. He actually got a sweet deal. He picked this up because he was getting, I think it's that G.I. Joe, I want to say it's like 252, which is an art germ with the Baroness on it. So he found a seller that was selling all these foils that was including a free copy of the G.I. Joe art germ. So he just went through, and I think he bought them pretty much like every single DC foil art germ book just to get the extra G.I. Joe book. It was a sweet deal too that he was getting, so he went through and he bought them all up. Batman Who Laughs number 1, Delato. And then these are some older books that I picked up that I just haven't showed yet. I'm working on a Teen Titans run with all the Alex Gardner variants. It started off with like the team, and then he's doing each individual character. And I want to get that as a set before I sell it on eBay. So this is Teen Titans 26, Alex Gardner, and then Teen Titans 27, Alex Gardner. So happy to pick those up and add those to the sets. I picked up this Wonder Woman 63. Yeah, you know, a couple weeks ago I knew who this was, and now I don't remember who did the cover art. But I know that Spidey Fan did a video about this artist. So yeah, as you can see, these are not in any sort of order whatsoever. Batman Who Laughs number 3. This was Riccardo Federici, I think, did this. Man, it's been so long. So happy to pick that up. Hey, look, it's more art germ. What a surprise. Wonder Woman 64, art germ. More art germ than I know what to do with right now. Nightwing 57, Jeff DeCall. This is the unsigned version. My LCS also had another copy, so I got 4 copies of this now. 4 or maybe 5. Uncanny X-Men, number 10, David Finch. Another copy for cover price. I stopped at an LCS that I normally don't go to So I went out of my way and I found some cool stuff. I found this Underworld Evolution, kind of like a trade paperback. So saw that and I picked that up. I also found this DNA Agents, number 24, Dave Stevens. You know, I wasn't going to let that sit there. Got that for like $3 or $4. I found this book for cover price. It's got a pretty big ding on the upper left-hand side, but for what it was, I wasn't going to let that sit there for cover. This is Vengeance, number 1, first appearance of American Chavez, and you can see the ding is right there on the corner. But again, for cover price, first appearance of American Chavez, that was like I said, that was a no-brainer. I picked this up from eBay. I always kind of wanted this cover, and I found it for basically cover price. This was going for a little bit when it first came out, not anymore. This is Weapon X number 2. So now I have, I think it's issues 1 through 4, or maybe 5. I have all the variant covers. So I really like this cover. Picked it up. I picked up this Conan the Slayer number 1 by Dark Horse. This is a Liber Miho cover that a lot of people probably aren't familiar with, but that is a kick-ass Conan cover. That's how Conan should be. So Liber Miho, Conan the Slayer number 1 by Dark Horse. Badass. Let's see. Pre-ordered this. Should have got this signed by Babs Tarr today, but this is the Magnificent Miss Marvel number 1. Babs Tarr, 1 in 25. Picked this up. Really dig this cover with her leaning against the glass of, you know, the shop or whatever it is, and then Miss Marvel, the reflection in the glass. So really happy to have snagged this. And like I said, if I would have thought about it, would have got it signed today, but I pre-ordered this. Excuse me, I got this from the Art Germ, his website. This is Captain Marvel number 1, and I have it signed by Art Germ here. So that's part of the reason why I did not get anything signed by Art Germ at C2E2, because I already had this SIG, and it is what it is. I got this off of eBay, and I just wanted this because I don't have anything signed by Stan Lee, and I just really love this picture on the cover of this book. This is a Stan Lee Collectibles from San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. The cover is by J. Scott Campbell, and it is, it's a reprint of Avengers number 1. Like I said, San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. And I just love this with Stan Lee surrounded by Gwen Stacy. Basically, the Fantastic Four, the original X-Men, and like some of the original Avengers, and then you can see it's got Iceman up there, Mr. Fantastic, Angel, Spider-Man, Incredible Hulk, Thor, Doctor Strange, Thing, Silver Surfer, Iron Man, Jean Grey, Cyclops, Human Torch, Captain America, Daredevil, Beast, and the Man right there in the middle, Stan Lee Collectibles. Yeah, so I had to get this. Like I said, I don't have a Stan Lee autograph. At some point, I'll buy something that's got a Stan Lee autograph. But I just really loved, I loved what happened on this. I thought this was well done, and I thought it was very similar. It needed to be in my collection. So Stan Lee with all of his characters, all of his kids, hugging them. Needed that in my life. And then I also picked up, oh man, I don't even remember what this is. This is like the Vampirella Valentine's Day special. This is by Inhuck Lee, I think. Frankie Comics, Virgin Variants. Vampirella Valentine's Day special. Like I said, I think this is Inhuck Lee. Oh, I wish I could tell you guys, and I was for sure. But yeah. Sorry for the glare. That's that Mylar. You guys know that. So yeah, I picked that up. That was pretty happy to score that. I think that was like 20 bucks off Frankie Comics. Moving on. Let's see. We are at 19 minutes and 54 seconds. I knew this was going to be long. I'm trying, guys. Picked this up from GPAP, YouTuber. Most of you guys probably already know. JP, All About Comics, was having an auction. So it was GPAP, All About Comics, Who That, and Portman Comics. And GPAP, bam, Daredevil, End of Days, David Mack. Buy it now. First person to, I jumped on this. I've been wanting this variant for a while. It's been on my list. Really happy. Great deal on this. Shipped it like a champ. Canadian shipping and Canadian tracking is really wacky. Because I got this like 4 days before Canadian tracking said that it was supposed to arrive at my house. I was expecting this on a Thursday and it came on a Monday afternoon. Really happy that it came early, but I don't know what's going on with the Canadian postage and their tracking. But that was all sorts of jacked up, but really happy. So shout out to GPAP for hooking me up with this killer David Mack, End of Days, Daredevil. Just couldn't be happier to have this book in my collection. So now let's get into the slabs. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 of them to go through. So we'll just start it off right with this. Supergirl, number 12 in a 9/8. I found this on eBay. The guy had it listed for 60 bucks. I was watching it because basically this book itself goes for about 10 or 15 bucks. Then you figure the cost of 30 bucks to get this graded. Plus with the shipping, it probably costs about 60 bucks to get this book. All in all, it was worth 60 bucks. So since this was something that I viewed, eBay sent me an email saying that the seller dropped the price down to 50. Whatever, I had to take it. I got 4 copies of this raw, but I just wanted this. I wanted the first Supergirl that Artgerm did, which is this issue 12. I wanted this graded, and for 50 bucks, wasn't going to pass it up. This was obviously the first issue of that run, and of course everyone bought up all the issues. But I think this one kind of flew under the radar for a little bit. So really happy to add this Artgerm graded. Let's see. Then someone else was doing an auction. Oh, yeah, that's right. The New York Warriors. And they had the Doom 143 selling books. They do an auction every Tuesday night. Guys, if you are not watching the New York Warriors on Tuesday nights, you are missing out on a lot of great deals, a lot of great books, a lot of shit talking on the show, and an awesome chat as you're just sitting there watching the show. Lots of people show up for it. I think they had like 140 or 150 people at some point last Tuesday. So a lot of people come through. Make sure you're checking out the New York Warriors on Tuesdays. So back to this story. The Doom was selling these next 3 slabs as a lot. Red Hood and the Outlaws 26. Yasmin Putri. I know where he got this from. Shout out to Slabbed Heroes. Slabbed Heroes, if you guys aren't checking out Slabbed Heroes, check them out. They got some great deals too. So this was book 1 of the 3-book lot that Doom had. Then this was book 2, and this is Batman Incorporated number 3, David Finch. Right? David Finch variant? Yeah, David Finch variant. It's a 9/6, all black cover, really tough to find, so kind of happy to get this. But this is the book that made me bid on this lot. And I do have a raw copy that if I sent to get graded, it could probably ding a 9/6 or might even be a 9/8 to be quite honest, the copy that I have, because it's super clean. But whatever. Batgirl, number 12. What a surprise, Artgerm, 9/6. Yeah. So this book came out. Of course, he pulled this out he pulled this one out last. So this is the book that made me bid on this lot. So got a great deal on this. Doom packages it up like a champ. Mails from Hawaii to the mainland perfectly. So Batgirl, Batman, and this Red Hood, all from all from the Doomster. So big shout out to Doom, big shout out to the New York Warriors, and very happy to snag this bad boy. So now I got the raw and I got a graded copy. C2E2, again, today, I was not expecting to find this book. I wasn't looking for this book. This book is on my list of books to get, but it's kind of pricey. You can get raws for about $100 on eBay. There's one listed. And then there's a graded 9/8 blue label for like $200. Signed books are going for about $300, and it's not what I paid for this book. Like I said, I was not looking for this. Like I said, it was on my list, but this just kind of stumbled into my hands. And this is Lady Death, Apocalyptic Abyss, #1, graded at a 9/8. This is Mike DeBalfo variant, and it is signed by the inker, which is Jeremy Clark. And I met him at his booth. He literally just got these back from CGC on site. Literally just got back. We walked back by the table. He wasn't there. Came back, and he was there. He had just got these back today and was actually just going to post these on his Instagram. I just had to take this off his hands. I wasn't going to let that sit there. So graded 9/8. Like I said, I would crack this out of the slab if I could get a Mike DeBalfo autograph, but according to Jeremy, he's only doing one con this year, and that's MegaCon down in Orlando. As much as I'd love to go down there, I just don't think that that's going to happen, at least not this year. So maybe in the future, but really happy. This was my big purchase from C2E2. So absolutely gorgeous Lady Death cover. 2 more books, guys. 2 more books. This first book is a little bit of speculation. Actually, it's not a little bit of a speculation. It is a lot of speculation. And this is the first appearance of Spider-Gwen. So this is Edge of Spider-Verse #2, 9/6, because, you know, that's what we do around here. So absolutely happy to get this. Got it for a good, fair market price, actually a little bit less than what market was dictating. It wasn't a great deal, but I was happy with the price. I wanted to get this in my collection. I think that Spider-Gwen has a lot of upside. I certainly don't think she's hit her ceiling. I think the movie only really solidified that. When you go to cons, you see so many people cosplaying as her. That's just going to lead for more and more push. I think between Spider-Gwen and like Miles Morales, he's another person to invest in. American Chavez to an extent, and Camilla Khan. I think that's really any of the Marvel Rising characters that Marvel's really pushing right now. All you got to do is look at the toys and what type of toys they're pushing out, and realize that those toys are going to be played with by kids who are going to eventually grow up and be 40-year-olds that have expendable income, and they're going to be like, oh, I remember seeing these cartoons and playing with these characters, and they're going to go on out, and it's going to drive the demand for some of these characters and some of these books up. So I think if you can find yourself anything Spider-Gwen, anything Kamala Khan, anything Miles Morales, and you can get it for a good price, now's the time to buy in. I don't think it's going to depreciate in value. If at worst case scenario, it's going to hold its value. You know, is this going to jump up and be a $3,000 book? No, probably not. At least not in our lifetimes. But I definitely think you'll see more upside from these characters going forward. So, I don't know, something to think about. You guys certainly don't have to take my advice and buy what you want, because I buy a lot of bullshit, as you guys can tell. That doesn't always make sense, but I buy what I like, because that's what I collect, and that's what I do, and that's hopefully what you guys are in the hobby for as well. And my last book, another 9/6. This is a hard variant to get, and it isn't cheap to get either. I worked my tail off to find this for the price that I got it at. And this is another one where, I mean, this book can easily go for $500 and I got it for half of that. I'm really, really happy to get this. Uncanny X-Force, number 20, Venomized, Paul Renier, right? Paul Renier. Venomized Psylocke, Venomized Deadpool, and Venomized Phantomax. 9.6. This book is a beast to try to track down. You can find them on eBay, like I said, between $400 to $500 in a 9.6. I think you're looking at shelling out about $1,000 if you're trying to pop off with a 9.8. I'm happy with the 9.6. This is a gorgeous book. I'm really just happy, thrilled to get this into the PC. Absolutely gorgeous. So busy month for me. Expensive month for me too, with everything that I just showed off here. So that is going to wrap it up for me, guys. This is going on 31 minutes. So big shout out to Escargot T80. If you guys aren't subbed up to him, go check him out. Go follow him on Instagram too. Check out Poor Man Comics, and then check out Strange X Blade as well. 3 great YouTubers. So Strange X Blade, if you're not already subbed to him, go check him out. Poor Man Comics and Escargot 80. Shout out to those guys. Thank you for watching, and we will catch you guys later.